Lita. Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Panchakalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhu Bhayevacha. Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasudeva Gaur Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we're reading Brihad Bhagavad Amrita, and we're hearing about Narada Muni searching for. Wait, there's too much echo. Why so?
Apple. No. Sorry. Apple. 这样行吗？ Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
这样好一些，这样好一些。
回音。
Yeah, 这样好一点。Yeah. Okay. So we're hearing from Narada Muni as he searches for the devotee who has received the greatest mercy from the Lord.
拿尔的目的在寻找得到给 Krishna 最大的仁慈的报答。
So he'd come to Lord Shiva. Lord Brahma had sent him to Lord Shiva.
他就来到了主 Shiva 面前。
And Narada Muni is praising Lord Shiva that he's a great devotee.
拿尔赞美了主 Shiva， 说他是伟大的奉献者。
Narada came close. He wanted to touch the dust of the lotus feet of Lord Shiva.
拿尔走上前来，他想触碰主 Krishna 主 Shiva 的头上的尘土。
Lord Shiva is the best friend of the Vaishnavas.
主 Shiva 是 Vaishnava 最好的朋友。
But when Narada Muni came near to Lord Shiva, there was a flood of Krishna conscious pleasure.
当拿尔走近主 Shiva 的时候，他身体里感受着 Krishna 知觉的狂喜的浪潮。
And it drove Narada wild.
所以拿尔就变得疯狂了。
And Narada came closer and embraced Lord Shiva.
拿尔走近，上前拥抱了主 Shiva。
So Lord Shiva asked Narada, he asked him, he said, "My dear son of Brahma, what are you saying?"
主 Shiva 反过来就问拿尔：“你亲爱的 Brahma 的儿子啊，你在说什么？”
Because Narada had been praising Lord Shiva, that you're the greatest devotee, you've got the greatest mercy from the Lord.
拿尔他在赞扬主 Shiva， 说你是最伟大的贡献者，你得到了主 Krishna 最大的仁慈。
So Lord Shiva, he is one of the sons of Brahma, and so he was shocked when Narada Muni said that, because Narada is also one of the sons of Brahma. They're like brothers.
主 Shiva 他也是 Brahma 的儿子，就拿尔也是 Brahma 的儿子，所以他们两个人就像兄弟俩。
So Lord Shiva, he was actually absorbed in ecstasy at the time, and he turned to meet Narada Muni.
主 Shiva 现在处在狂喜当中了，他就转过身来，和Narada Muni 打招呼。
And what Narada Muni was telling him was very difficult. Lord Shiva could not understand what he was saying.
对于拿尔所说的话呢，主 Shiva 感到很难以理解。
Because Narada was saying to Lord Shiva, "You're the greatest devotee."
因为拿尔达在赞扬他说，就是你是最伟大的奉献者。
So Lord Shiva was he was absorbed in talking with Narada Muni.
现在呢，主师吧就全神贯注的跟拿尔达母女在交谈。
So Lord Shiva stopped. He stopped dancing and he sat down.
主师吧现在停下了他的舞步，他坐了下来。
He sat on a straw mat and he sat in one of the asanas, with the Vir asana, which he likes to sit in.
主师吧坐在一个阿萨那座位上，然后他就，他的坐姿叫
Vira asana.
依存坐。
So Lord Shiva had some very nice, gentle companions with him, and they were sitting around Lord Shiva.
主师吧有一些美好的、温文尔雅的同伴，他们围绕着主师吧就坐了下来。
So Narada Muni came before Lord Shiva and very humbly bowed to him with great respect.
拿尔达毕恭毕敬的上前向主师吧致以顶拜。
And Narada Muni chanted the 6-syllable Rudra mantra.
同时，他口中还念诵着6个音节的 Rudra mantra。
So when somebody is making a very serious vow, then it's recommended they should sit in that posture of Vir asana.
当一个人他发下了非常严肃的誓言的时候，推荐他就采取这种 Vira 坐姿。
And they should sit, at that time they should sit on the kusha mat, kusha grass. They should sit on that.
同时，他们应该坐在枯色草的坐垫上。
And that Vira asana, it's actually called, the meaning Vira asana is hero's posture.
梵文词 Vira asana 意思是英雄坐姿。
And they should, that position is recommended for meditation.
英雄坐姿是推荐给那些冥想者。
And sitting in that pose, it shows you what a person is very determined to do something.
采取这个英雄坐姿的人，就表明了他是非常有决心的。
And then the 8-syllable or the 6-syllable mantra of Lord Rudra, this is a mantra of the Vedas.
由6个音节组成的 Rudra mantra 是出于《伟大经》。
It begins with the words Namaste.
它的开头的音节是 Namaste。
So Narada recited the prayer glorifying Lord Shiva. He glorified Lord Shiva as the controller of the universe.
拿尔达就开始吟诵主师乐的赞美祷文，他的荣耀主师乐是宇宙的控制者。
And he glorified Lord Shiva that he's very merciful.
拿尔达也荣耀了主师乐是特别仁慈的。
And Lord Krishna had bestowed a lot of mercy upon Lord Shiva.
主Krishna向主师乐展示了许许多多的仁慈。
So Narada was praising Lord Shiva, and so Lord Shiva became angry when he heard all this praise of him.
拿尔达向主师乐献上了大量的赞美，可是主师乐听完之后变得生气了。
Actually, Lord Rudra is the best of Vaishnavas.
事实上，主 Rudra 是最优秀的 Vaishnava。
And he is given the credit as being the initiator of devotional service to Vishnu.
他因为有这样的功劳，就是他是对主 Vishnu 的奉爱服务的 发起人释放。
But when Lord Shiva heard himself being praised in this way, he covered his ears.
主释放听到对自己的赞美，他便用手堵住了耳朵。
And with anger, he spoke back to Narada Muni.
他愤怒的就反驳了那。
Narada Muni had said, Vaishnavam Maheshwaraha, meaning Narada Muni had said, of all the Vaishnavas, Lord Shiva, Lord Maheshwara is the greatest.
这句导文的意思是在所有Vaishnava，在众多的Vaishnava当中，主释放是最优秀、最杰出的Vaishnava。
He is the greatest Vaishnava because he initiates teaching pure devotional service.
他之所以是最杰出的Vaishnava，因为他发起了纯粹的奉爱。
And Lord Shiva founded the Rudra Sampradaya.
主释放也是 Rudra 使徒传承的奠基人。
And that is one of only 4 authentic Vaishnava teachings.
在4个权威的 Vaishnava 教导当中 ，Rudra 的使徒传承是其中之一。
So Lord Shiva is more famous as a Vaishnava than he is as an incarnation of Vishnu.
比起主 Vishnu 的化身的地位，主 Shiva 更被认同为是一位 Vaishnava。
But when Lord Shiva heard Narada Muni praising him, he became very angry.
可是当主 Shiva 听到 Narada 的这番赞美，他变得发火。
And he said back to Lord Shiva, Narada Muni, Lord Shiva said to Narada Muni, Lord Shiva said to Narada, I am not the Lord of the universe.
然后主 Shiva 就反驳 Narada Muni 说：“我可不是宇宙之主。
And I am not an object of Krishna's mercy.
我也不是 Krishna 的仁慈的对象。
I'm just a poor soul, always hankering for the favor of the servants of his servants.
我只是一个我是个可怜的灵魂，在渴望着做他的仆人的仆人。
I only want to get the mercy of Krishna's servants.
只想得到 Krishna 的仆人的仁慈，
I am not fortunate enough to have it.
但我还没有那么幸运能够得到。
So when Narada Muni heard this, Narada was shocked.
当Narada Muni 听了这番话，他感到震惊。
He was thinking maybe he'd been offensive.
心想是不是做了冒犯？
So he immediately stopped praising Lord Shiva
他便立刻停止继续赞扬主释了，
because he'd been praising Lord Shiva as not being different from Lord Krishna.
因为他赞美说主释了和主 Krishna 没有不同。
But now that they had come, Lord Shiva had come and spoken, so Narada Muni has to give up that thinking.
因为主释了的抗议，所以Narada不得不放弃这个想法。
So Narada Muni, when he heard Lord Shiva angry like this, he began to speak in a soft voice.
当Narada Muni 听到主释了开始发火的时候，他的语气柔和了。
And Narada said to Lord Shiva, he said, you must know all the confidential, mysterious glories of Lord Vishnu and the Vaishnavas.
Narada 说：“您一定了解有 Vishnu 和 Vaishnava 的最机密的、最深奥的含义。
And you are very expert to explain the glories of Lord Vishnu and the Vaishnavas.
你也是对主威什努和外什纳瓦的最擅长于讲述主威什努和外什纳瓦的荣耀的人。
Actually, the greatness of the Lord and his devotees is a mystery. It's a very big mystery.
事实上，威什努和外什纳瓦的荣耀是一个秘密。
But Lord Shiva and other empowered Vaishnava acharyas, they can understand it.
而主师和其他被授权的外什纳瓦差雅是可以理解。
So Narada hopes Lord Shiva will accept this praise.
那的母女希望师能够接受这一句赞美。
That Narada said, the best Vaishnavas aspire for your mercy.
然后就说最优秀的外什纳瓦也渴望的获得您的仁慈。
Lord Krishna also has great regard for Lord Shiva.
连主 Krishna 也非常尊重主师了，
And he always spreads the glories of Lord Shiva.
而他总是在描述主师的荣耀。
Krishna will sometimes spread the fame of Lord Shiva. He will do it through representatives.
有时候 Krishna 会透过他的代表来传播主师的荣耀。
And sometimes Lord Krishna himself will spread the fame of Lord Shiva.
有时候主 Krishna 会亲自来传扬主师的荣耀。
So Narada asks Lord Shiva, I know Krishna has worshipped you many times in his different incarnations.
那的继续对主师说道：“我知道 Krishna 在他许许多的化身中都曾经崇拜过你。
And I know that Krishna has taken many boons from you also.
我也知道 Krishna 甚至得到过你的赐福。”
And we can find examples of Lord Shiva giving mercy to Lord Krishna. It's in the section called the Dana Dharma section.
然后他就说，就是
Examples of Lord Shiva giving mercy to Krishna.
主师给 Krishna 仁慈的例子，可以在
Dana Dharma.
Dharma 这部书中找到。
Dana Dharma is a part of the Vamana Purana.
Dharma 是Vamana Purana 往事书中的一部分。
And it describes how Lord Krishna received the Sudarshan Chakra.
其中描述了主 Krishna 是如何得到他的神别武器的。
It was given to him by Lord Shiva.
这种神别就是主师给予主 Krishna 的。
And it also describes how Samba became the son of Lord Krishna.
其中还描述了Samba是如何成为了 Krishna 的儿子。
So these are two well-known examples.
所以这是两个非常著名的例子。
And so when Lord Shiva heard this, Lord Shiva could not maintain his gravity.
当时主师听到这番话，他就再也无法保持他的严肃了。
And he felt so ashamed, and he jumped to his feet.
他感到十分的羞愧，他忍不住就跳了起来，
And put both his hands over Narada's mouth.
双手捂住了拿的嘴。
And he said to Narada Muni, don't you ever mention this arrogance of mine. Okay, so Lord Shiva, he felt embarrassed to be reminded that he had given benedictions to Krishna, who is the Supreme Lord.
主希望他听到那儿的提到说他自己曾经祝福过主希望的事件之后，主希望感到非常的不好意思难堪。
But then Lord Shiva boldly, he told Narada Muni, he told him, just see the inconceivable power of the pastimes of the Lord.
然后主希望就大声的告诉那人你说，你可以想象主 Krishna 的交时光是多么不可思议。
So Lord Shiva put aside his embarrassment.
然后主希望就放下了自己的难为情。
And he pointed to Narada. He's telling Narada about the wonderful uniqueness, how unique the pastimes of the Lord are.
他告诉拿的主的这个消时光是独一无二。
How the Lord is how he deals with his devotees.
主是如何跟他的奉献者打交道。
And the Lord even will make severe vows and penances just to get the devotees' blessings.
为了得到奉献者的祝福，至尊主他甚至会发誓或者去做苦行。
Lord Shiva says, "My Lord is so sober."
希望说，我的主是这么严肃。
He's very deep. His qualities are very deep and very varied, like an ocean.
他的品质就像海洋深邃的海洋一样深不可测。
Lord Shiva said, even though I've committed many kinds of offenses against him, he does not reject me.
希望听说，哪怕我对他做出了种种的冒犯，他也不曾拒绝过我。
你应该当你的手机让你他们可以听清楚。So the ocean is very deep. It's too deep for us to measure.
主的仁慈，它是深不可测的。
How does it happen? What happened?
OK， 现在可以了，没有关系，就用一个手机吧。
Okay.
现在可以，能听清楚啊。不然有回音。
So the ocean is very deep. We cannot reach the bottom.
就像海洋是非常深奥的，是深不可测，不能到达海底。
Ocean cannot be moved from its place.
无法了解海洋是多么伟大。
And the other shore of the ocean is very, very far away. We cannot see it.
而且海洋的另一个岸是非常遥远的，遥不可及。
In the same way, the Lord's qualities are countless.
同样的，主的品质是数不胜数。
They include all possible kinds of greatness.
主的品质，它包含着各种各样的伟大。
And all of his qualities are unrestricted and unlimited.
所有这些品质都是无极无限的。
So Lord Shiva considered himself offensive to have shown off his own power before Lord Krishna.
主希望因为自己曾经在主 Krishna 面前炫耀他的力量，而感到。
Lord Shiva considered that him offering offering benedictions to Krishna was offensive.
主希望认为自己祝福 Krishna 这个举动是冒犯的。
And other offenses had also been committed against Krishna.
除此之外，他还向 Krishna 做出了其他冒犯。
They were too painful for Lord Shiva to even remember, to recall about them.
主希望只要一想起这些，他就感到十分痛苦。
But Lord Krishna never considers anything done by Lord Shiva offensive.
但主 Krishna 从来不认为主 Shiva 的任何举止是冒犯的。
Lord Shiva always acts just to help help people advance in devotional service.
主 Shiva 的一举一动都是帮助人们在 Krishna 世界当中取得进展。
Sometimes directly, sometimes indirect.
有时候是直接的，有时候是间接的。
So Narada Muni could see Lord Shiva fully absorbed in the taste of the pure devotion for Krishna.
拿的能够看出主 Shiva 现在在完全品尝着对 Krishna 纯粹痛爱的滋味。
Narada was very pleased. He was so pleased he grasped Lord Shiva's feet.
拿的感到十分的高兴和满意，他忍不住抓住了主 Shiva 的足。
And he made Lord Shiva sit down.
他让主 Shiva 坐了下来。
And Narada began to speak to Lord Shiva to pacify him.
拿的开口讲话，以安抚主 Shiva。
And Narada is telling Lord Shiva that he is very dear to Krishna.
拿的告诉主 Shiva 说，他是主 Krishna 最钟爱的人。
Narada says to him, he said, "You are so dear to the Lord."
拿的说道，你对主是最为钟爱的。
It's not possible that you could ever offend him.
你不可能得罪他。
Sometimes people may think of you as being offensive.
有的时候人们认为你是冒犯的。
But Lord Krishna never sees them as offensive.
但主 Krishna 从来不把这当成冒犯。
You have that intimate relationship with the Lord.
你和主之间的交流非常亲密的。
Another person who was a cause of trouble was Banasura. He was a cause of trouble for saintly people.
另一个恶魔巴纳西的是给圣人们打扰圣人，给他们头疼的恶魔。
So Banasura had been blessed to have 1,000 arms.
巴纳西的被赐予了拥有1000条臂膀。
But he had become very proud of his strength.
他为自己的力量感到不可一世。
And he used magic to capture Aniruddha.
用神功抓住捕获了阿尼鲁达。
And then he had a fight with Lord Krishna.
还有跟 Krishna 展开大战。
So when Lord Shiva saw that his devotee, Banasura, he's a devotee of Lord Shiva, but Lord Krishna came to fight with Banasura.
巴纳魔是主 Shiva 的奉献者，但是主 Krishna 和巴纳魔展开了战斗。
Lord Krishna's grandson Aniruddha had been kidnapped by Banasura. He was being held a prisoner in the prison house of Bana. So Lord Krishna came to get Aniruddha free.
阿尼鲁达是 Krishna 的孙子，但这个巴纳魔就把他抓住，投进了监狱，所以 Krishna 才来营救他的孙子。
And Bana is a devotee of Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva had been maintaining Bana just like a son, just like a father maintains a son.
巴纳是主 Shiva 的奉献者，主 Shiva 对待他就像对待自己的儿子。
So Bana was on the verge, Lord Krishna was on the point of killing Bana. But to save his life, Lord Shiva offered prayers to the Lord.
主 Krishna 差点就要杀了巴纳魔，主 Shiva 见状，立刻向主 Krishna 献上祈祷。
So when this happened, when Lord Shiva came and offered prayers, then Lord Krishna he stopped being angry to Banasura. He didn't kill him.
在主 Shiva 向主 Krishna 献上祈祷之后，主 Krishna 不再对巴纳摩生气。
Instead, Lord Krishna cut off some of the arms of Banasura. He left him with 4 arms.
相反，主 Krishna 砍掉了巴那牛的所有的臂膀，只给他留下了4条。
And he gave Banasura a blessing that he would always be an associate of Lord Rudra or Lord Shiva.
主 Krishna 还祝福巴那，成为主 Shiva 或者是 Rudra 的永恒的同友。
So that's a position which is rarely obtained even by demigods.
这种地位连半神人呢也无法企及。
So in the fight between Banasura, when Banasura was fighting Lord Krishna, at one point Lord Krishna had picked up his Sudarshan chakra and he was going to kill Banasura.
当巴那苏拉和 Krishna 展开激战之后，主 Krishna 拿起他的神碟，就准备杀了巴那苏拉。
But at that moment, Lord Shiva came, and Lord Shiva became between the two of them, and Lord Shiva began to offer his prayers to Krishna.
就在生死攸关的紧急关头，主 Shiva 拦在了巴那苏拉和 Krishna 之间，向他献上祈祷。
So Banasura, he had been very offensive against Vishnu and the Vaishnavas.
巴那苏拉对于 Vishnu 和 Vaishnava 十分具有冒犯性。
But he had one good thing about him, that he was Lord Shiva's sincere devotee.
但他有一个优点，这个优点就是他是主 Shiva 的非常真挚的奉献。
So this impressed Lord Krishna.
这一点给 Krishna 留下深刻印象。
And that's why he didn't kill Bana. Instead, he gave him a 4-armed form.
正因如此，他没有杀了巴那苏拉，而是给他留下了4条臂膀。
A 4-armed form, that is.
就使他拥有了4臂的形体。
So Lord Krishna then told Lord Shiva, he said, this Bana is a demon. So he said he still has 4 arms. I've cut off he had 1,000 arms. He said I've left him with 4 arms now, and I will give him the benediction that he will be immune to old age and death.
主 Krishna 就说到了，我已经消掉了巴那苏拉的几乎所有的臂膀，然后我给他祝福，使他免于老年和死亡。
And this Banasura will now serve as one of your principal associates.
巴那苏拉现在将担当你的最主要的朋友。
So that he will have nothing to fear on any account.
他不用为任何事而恐惧担忧。
So Narada Muni says, when the enemies of the Vaishnavas, like Garga, when they worshipped you, then they did a lot of penance in order to bring you trouble.
拿尔的对主 Shiva 说，当Vaishnava 的死敌 Garga， 他准备给你带来麻烦的时候，他做了大量的苦行。
So at that time you gave benedictions, but you gave them benedictions in special ways, so that people would not be troubled too much.
就那时候你给他们祝福，但是一种特殊的方式，好让他们不再打扰人。
So the Yadavas and the Pandavas, they're all very strict Vaishnavas.
亚度族人和贪度 兄弟们都是严格的外甥。
So Lord Shiva rewarded their worship with boons.
主希瓦就通过赐福回应了他们的崇拜。
But their boons all had some imperfect thing in it, something which could go wrong.
但是他的祝福，他给他们祝福，这是一种特殊的方式，his boon so that
Yeah, they give imperfect boons.
他给予他们的祝福是不完美的祝福。
So there was this one person called Gargya Balaki.
一个人叫 Gargya Balaki。
So he was a learned person, and he was the son of Gargacharya.
他是非常博学的人，是高照差尔的儿子。
And he was very proud of all of his knowledge.
他对自己的学识感到非常的骄傲。
So Gargya got blessings from Lord Shiva, and by the blessings of Lord Shiva, he got a son.
Gargya 得到了主希瓦的祝福，凭借着祝福，他获得了一个儿子。
But he could not get a son who could destroy the Yadu dynasty, which is what Gargya had wanted.
但是他无法得到一个能够毁灭亚度王朝的儿子，而这才是他想要的。
He could get only a son who would frighten and frustrate the Yadus.
他所获得的儿子只能给亚度族人带来威胁，只能给他们造成骚扰。
So Jayadratha, he got that boon.
Jayadratha 得到了这样的祝福。
That he could one time he got a boon that one time he would be able to defeat each of the Pandavas.
他得到这个祝福，就是他可以有一次打败每一位潘的兄弟。
But he would never be able to defeat Arjuna. He could defeat the other four, but not Arjuna.
他可以打败另外潘度的4个儿子，但是无法打败Arjuna。
And then there was this person, Sudakshina, and he was allowed to destroy any enemy of his choice.
有一个人叫Sudakshina，他可以毁灭想要毁灭任何人。
But he was not. He could destroy anyone who didn't follow properly Brahminical culture.
他可以毁灭不遵守伟大文化的人。
But so he had this power, but this power turned against him.
他有这个力量，但这种力量呢，却给他自己带来了麻烦。
You have to read the books. The stories of the pastime, these different pastimes, it's all told in the Hari Vamsa.
这个故事是在《哈尔邦萨》这本书上记录的。
And some are in the Vishnu Purana.
也在往事书当中可以记载。
And some may be Srimad Bhagavatam. Srimad Bhagavatam.
也是正念菩萨瓦记载了。
So Chitraketu and others, they were so foolish that they dared criticize Lord Shiva.
Chitraketu 和其他人如此胆大包天，竟敢批评主Shiva。 我可以
What do you mean?
我们就从杀了
What?
Yeah, you can shut down and put down another. Use my phone.
Use your phone. What?
Shall we answer questions?
Are we finished? Is it time to take questions? Oh yeah. Yeah, I'll just finish this report. Let me see. Yeah. So Chitraketu had foolishly criticized Lord Shiva.
这个佩服愚蠢的批评了主西瓦，
But Lord Shiva never became angry at him
主西瓦并没有对他生气，
because Chitraketu was a surrendered devotee of Lord Hari.
因为这个佩服是主哈瑞的臣服了的奉献者。
So it's very foolish for anyone to criticize Lord Shiva.
谁要是胆敢批评主西瓦，谁就是愚蠢的。
So when Chitraketu made this mistake, he was not yet a pure Vaishnava.
当这个佩服王犯这种错误的时候，他还不是纯粹的外甥呢。
If he had been a pure devotee, he would not have criticized Lord Shiva.
倘若他是纯粹奉献者，他就不会批评主西瓦。
But although Chitraketu was a neophyte, he had a connection with Lord Shesha.
虽然这个佩服他是个初级，但他和主西上有联系。
Lord Shesha is an expansion of Lord Krishna. He's Lord Balaram.
主西上是主巴拉让的扩展。
So when Chitraketu had laughed at Lord Shiva was not offended.
当这个佩服王嘲笑主西瓦的时候，主西瓦并没有被得罪。
Of course, Parvati, the wife of Lord Shiva, she was upset about it, and so she cursed Chitraketu.
而主西瓦的妻子帕瓦提，她感到十分不安，并诅咒了这个佩服。
Okay, we're going to stop now and we'll take questions.
那我们就讲到这里，我们来回答上礼拜圣人的两个问题。
Have we got any questions from last week? Okay.
上礼拜两个问题，第一个问题是Krishna Priya Devdasi， 他说顶拜古鲁玛哈拉，顶拜所有的奉献者，如何做奉献者的奉献者？在联谊中具体体现是什么？是努力配合别人完成服务吗？可以这样理解吗 ？Krishna Priya is asking that Guru Maharaj, how to become devotee of devotee. What's the symptom of a devotee of a devotee? For example, in the association, whether that is we try to cooperate with others to finish their service, to help others to finish their service. Is this understanding correct?
What is it? No?
She's asking to
Please a devotee.
Devotee to be a servant of the servant.
Well, just like the spiritual master is the servant of Krishna or servant of his guru.
像比如说灵导师，他是 Krishna 的仆人，是他自己的 guru 的仆人。
So you can serve the spiritual master, and that way you're the servant of the servant.
所以你可以就去服务灵导师。那如果是你服务领导的话，那么你就成了仆人的仆人。
Yeah. Okay.
冒险王的问题是顶拜咕噜，怎么分辨是 Krishna 的安排，还是我们自己微小的独立性安排？这是冒险王 is asking, how can I know whether the arrangement is made by Krishna or by my due to my own small independent?
Well, we have to see what is it arrangement? Is it for your Krishna consciousness or is it for your sense gratification?
那就看这个安排是为了你的 Krishna 知情呢，还是为你的感官满足
Krishna makes arrangements for his service. He doesn't make arrangement for our sense gratification.
？Krishna 会为了服务做出安排，他不会为了你的感官满足做安排。
So if the arrangement is done for the service of Krishna, then we see this is Krishna's arrangement.
是为了服务 Krishna， 那我们可以把它看作是 Krishna 的安排。
If the arrangement is so we can do devotional service, then it's Krishna's arrangement.
如果这个安排呢是好让我们去做奉爱服务，那可以理解的是 Krishna 的安排。
But if the arrangement is just for our own sense gratification, then it's not Krishna's arrangement.
但如果这个安排呢，仅仅是为了满足我们自己的感官，那就不是 Krishna 的安排了。
Yeah, like that. You have to see the results also. If the result is that you're making advancement in Krishna consciousness, that's Krishna's arrangement.
你还得看结果。如果呢，取得的结果就是你在 Krishna 知觉中进步了，那么就是 Krishna 的安排。
Okay.
Only these two questions.
Okay, so we will stop here today. Sorry, we have to travel tonight and tomorrow, so we have to record the classes today.
非常感谢大家聆听，因为我们今天晚上和明天都是在旅行当中，所以必须得替代录音。
Okay, Sati, Mataji, 可以吗？
可以的 ，Good day， 我们就到这里结束吧。祝你们旅途愉快。Hare Krishna。
Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Okay, thank you. Guru Mani.